Good afternoon, Chair Schaefer, Vice Chair Landis, and the members of the Senate Agricultural and Natural Resource Committee. My name is Dr. Clay Wolph. I am here today to support Senate Bill 119 and to thank Senator Reineke for his work on the bill. I currently serve as the president of the Seneca County Board of Health. Although I am not speaking today in my official capacity and am not speaking on behalf of the Board of Health. As an Ohioan, a lifelong Fostoria resident, a doctor, a father, and a business owner in Seneca County, I feel compelled to speak out on behalf of the community that has been so negatively affected by problems related to out-of-state waste shipped into the county by rail. This problem not only affects my community, but communities all across Ohio. Currently, a landfill in our small town is receiving over 2 million tons of waste per year, the majority of which is from out of state. The landfill will receive 3.2 million tons of waste per year if an expansion sought by the landfill is approved. The landfill has illegally released large quantities of hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide gases from rotting waste into the air, resulting in noxious odors that have forced children to restrict their outdoor activities. The landfill's violations of the air pollution laws and water pollution laws have resulted in a number of court orders in attempts to address the landfill's unlawful conduct. The problems I speak of are not unique to Seneca County. These problems exist across the entire state of Ohio. These landfills have a negative socioeconomic impact both currently and will for many generations to come. Ohioans are harmed by the negative stigma, the constant risk of fire and derailments, and the risk of harmful toxins entering our state and our communities and leaking unlined and uncovered rail cars from the East Coast every single day. Our soil, air, and water, and most importantly, the health of our citizens are at risk. Lake Erie is at risk of contamination from our rivers being polluted by out-of-state waste. Numerous communities are losing businesses, seeing reduced property values, experiencing a diminished quality of life, and incurring added health expenses. Other states are passing legislation to stop the building of new landfills in their state. Their solution is to ship their waste out and dump it on Ohio, where low and outdated disposal fees enable them to increase their profits. We cannot continue to be the East Coast dumping ground for contaminated soil and other harmful waste that can pose health risks and can ultimately lead to massive cleanup costs in the future if liners eventually leak and contaminate the groundwater. This bill will help the state to protect against the environmental disaster that looms over our state. The low disposal fees and obstacles to local control and public input have all contributed to the situation. This legislation will provide the state and local governments with added revenue to detect and protect all Ohioans from the environmental threats posed by waste generated inside and outside of Ohio. As expanding landfills swallow up valuable farmland, they reduce the value of surrounding properties and impair the lives of nearby residents. Neighboring homeowners have no other recourse than to sell their homes to the landfill, thus perpetuating the landfill's expansion into and damage to their communities. Trash mountains continue to expand to over 500 acres in just our town alone. It needs to stop. We must protect our air, soil, and water for current and future generations. Thank you for your time and your consideration of this very important matter that Ohio is facing. Please support Senate Bill 119, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Wolph. Any questions? One follow-up question. You have what sounds like documented evidence of air violations and things by this particular facility?
There's been violations over the years, yes.
Violations from the Board of Health or the EPA or who?
That was prior to my being there, but I think, to my knowledge, through the EPA and through the Board of Health before.
Okay. Thank you for that. Anything else? Very good. Thank you.